So when you were like, when did you get the offer from to run Safaricom Ethiopia? Like, how was your impression? How was your reaction to that?
Well, to my history that we've been talking about, Safaricom poached me. Okay, I mean they looked for me. Yeah. It's not like there was a newspaper advertisement and say vacancy available, CEO Safaricom Ethiopia. Yeah. I didn't see it in the newspaper or on LinkedIn or whatever. So Safaricom reached out to me. I had already left Uganda and I was actually in charge of West Africa for MTN. 5 countries in West Africa, French-speaking countries, plus Liberia. Not a very interesting country, Liberia. I didn't like it, what I was doing. I was managing 5 countries, but I wasn't in charge of one country. I was in charge of 5 countries, so a lot of traveling, a lot of moving around, board meetings going. So I wasn't super excited about it.
It wasn't much execution.
Exactly. Not enough execution to my liking. Not enough, in the driver's seat. Yeah. So they reached out to me and say, are you interested? Headhunters. First you have a headhunter. You talk to the actual company. And so, of course, the whole industry on the continent has been observing Safaricom Ethiopia. It means the last big opportunity. Yeah, all other countries have already 3 or 4 mobile operators. Opening up the Ethiopian market had been something that we have been following for 10 years. The first talks about opening up the telco industry in Ethiopia go back to 2010, 2011. So for almost 10 years, this has been, are they doing it? Are they not doing it? So finally then, Safaricom enters the market. So it is not something that was unknown to me. We were scanning, we were following what was happening here. And I didn't hesitate a second. When they reached out and we started talking, I said, yeah, this is for me. I want to do this. And I had been with MTN for 15 years. So leaving a company after 15 years, it's not a small decision. So, but I said, no, this is for me. This is exciting stuff. Let's do this.
What did you know about Ethiopia when you
Ethiopia?
Have you been here before working?
I have been a very frequent flyer of Ethiopian Airlines since 2006.
Oh wow! So
So the only thing I knew about Ethiopia was the airport.
No, you never came out.
I came out because I missed my connection a few times. Yeah. Addis is transit. You want to travel in Africa, you cannot travel without passing in Addis. So Addis had been my transit airport, I think more than 100 times. I've been in transit, maybe 200 times in transit in Addis airport. Actually 2006, I remember very well. This wasn't the airport you see now. In 2006, it was more like a railway station, not an airport. I mean, the country has changed dramatically. So the only experience I had from Addis was 2 or 3 times that I missed my connection. And then, they give you a voucher and then they put you in one of the hotels. Not the ones that are here now. Skylight, all that wasn't there. Or a different version of it. And so that's what I remembered a few times. And being a bit adventurous, I would then take, a taxi in the morning, organize with someone, those guys in front of the hotels, they know how to manage and say, okay, I want to have a driver for the day moving around. So I was moving around in a Lada, these very old taxis, Lada, which are Russian kind of...
The blue taxis.
The blue taxi, the very old ones. So I moved around in a Lada. And I must say the memory that I have, the visual memory of Addis in 2006, 7, 8, when I was stuck a few times here, when I then finally came back in 23, I just couldn't recognize the place. I was completely lost. The image that I had from Addis from 15 or 20 years ago to what it is now, I was lost. I said, is this the same place? I was trying to, because, I have a good visual memory. So I had a few images of how the city looked like, because I moved around like for a day, twice for a day. I even bought some fake gold in 2006 in the piazza, thinking that I was smart, but it turned out to be fake.
Oh, wow.
But those same shops are still there. That whole area where you have the gold, the gold jewelry and stuff like that. So I really didn't recognize the place. But that was my first encounter in 2006, 7, 8, moving around for one day. I was really fascinated by the religion, the church, the Orthodox kind of thing. It was all over, it was very visible, very present. And the way the country has changed was shocking in a good way, very exciting to see that change. But that was the image I had from Addis, was from 2006. So I wasn't really quite sure what to expect, but it was a big, positive, exciting surprise when I came.
Yeah, you're seen like a sort of a fixer. So what challenges was Safaricom facing that you need to come in and fix?
Yeah, well, we came in exactly 5 years ago, 2021. We got a license, operating license, through a competitive bidding process. So the government had decided to liberalize the market, invited a number of international telco operators to bid for the license. We won the bid, $850 million we paid for a piece of paper.
And it was the biggest single license fee in Africa.
Yeah. Well, it's worth it because 140 million people. I mean, that second operator. So we don't regret that decision. But 5 years ago, we decided to come in.
That's a lot of money.
And then to invest. So 850, that's just a piece of paper that gives you the right. That's your entry ticket. It's like you go to a concert. That's what you pay to enter the premises. But then we invested another $1.5 billion for now in infrastructure. Telecom towers, equipment, data centers, fiber, all that telco stuff. What was the challenge? Well, the challenge after 2 years of operation, because I came 23, which was 2 years after the license, is that we launched. But our success in other countries, we are part of Safaricom, but also Vodacom. Vodacom is owner of Safaricom, so we are Kenya, yes, but also Tanzania, DRC, South Africa, so Egypt also. We have been very successful for many years in those countries. And sometimes, success can be your biggest enemy. And so we came into the market with a very clear view. Let's copy paste, because we know what we're doing. We have been successful in several countries for 20 years. We know what we're doing. We're just going to copy paste whatever success formula that we know from other countries into Ethiopia. Guess what? Didn't work.
Okay.